Welcome back to FastMonty's Garage. Today is gonna be crazy because if you saw the last video, we found out my brand new US mag wheels do not fit all over my calipers, and it was a very disheartening video, a lot of bad language going on, and mostly due to my miscommunication with US Mag. Now, I have to say, US Mag did the right thing, and I was shocked that they offered to build me new wheels for free. So special props to them, because that is outstanding customer service, because they could have easily told me, Mike, go pound sand, you didn't give us your brake dimensions quick enough. So yeah, that's the world we live in, right? With custom applications. So if you're brand new here, welcome. Obviously my channel is all about working on my 69 GTO, but it should give you guys some ideas on your ride, especially if you have a GM A body. We just finished mini tubbing this, and that's why I had to get new wheels, because they're super wide. These are 335s. Check it out. I can't wait to roll on them. Now, the last episode, we ended it with the solution in the box. This I overnighted from Summit Racing, and to give you some more background, I apologize. YouTube time is different than real life. Last episode I filmed yesterday because there is a major cruise I am planning to attend, which is called the Road to Reno. It's a cruise from Currie Enterprises in Southern California to hot August nights in Reno. It's 500 miles up, 500 miles back. And I have 2 days, that's right, 2 days from today, 2 full work days to get the car ready. And I have this to deal with. So last episode, I had fully planned on getting that done and getting the car set up and cleaned and install new headlights, which is a new episode coming up. And I'm way behind, so I don't even know if I'm gonna make the cruise, frankly. But I offered up in the last video a contest to win a free hat. And if you guessed what's in this box, my solution to fix the wheel caliper interference, then you get a free hat. And even though I'm filming this the day after, there's typically a 2-week break in between videos on YouTube. So right before I release this video, I'm going to film the very end of the video, so I'll announce the winner at the end of this video, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm rambling. Lots going on. And of course, if you just want to buy a hat, you can. Links are below. Shirts, there's another new shirt. Wrench flag on the back, FMG on the sleeve, on the pocket. All proceeds, including the join button down there, go to buying more parts, saving my ass, making more videos, and you know, you guys living through my mistakes. So that'll save you some time and money, in theory, right? Now today we're gonna jump into this. We need to open this box so you can see what's in it, and we're gonna tackle it. There's gonna be a lot of learning here, and let's just go. Let me just open this box, clear the table, open the box. We'll go from there. Okay, had to change shirts because I don't want to get that other one dirty. It's brand new. And I already started cutting and realized I wasn't filming, so sorry. So it's still sealed, still sealed. Okay, who's guessing? Who's guessing? Raise your hand. New calipers. No. A router to cut the spokes. Nope. So, it's from Summit Racing. And you might be able to see this. Blam! It's a Wilwood product. What do you think it is? Might be calipers. I could have lied. I will show you. New hats. New hats, baby. The reason is this hat gives us more offset. Remember from last video, our interference is 100 thousandths. So I looked up my hat part number. By the way, let me cut this. Sorry, it's frantic. Yes, I know that. So this new hat, if you recall from the last video, we figured out we had 100 thousandths interference fit between the spoke and the caliper. Wilwood saved my ass. So I have special thanks to Mike and the team over there. They were super fast with the response. Obviously, the day after I figured out I had a problem, that morning I got the answer from Wilwood. I had these overnighted from Summit Racing because they had them. They can get them to me quickly. And what we did was we figured out that because of that 100 thou interference, if it's cheaper to actually just get new hats and move the entire caliper assembly another 180 thousandths. So I should have an 80 thousandths gap when we're done. I could go bigger. They have several options here. And if you guys have never been to the Wilwood website, you can totally look up the spare parts like that. And that's how I elected to do this. So I'm excited. I'm committed to it because I already got the tires mounted. So I'm going to go ahead and start tearing apart this side brake caliper. Hope I don't have to bleed them again because that was fun. Take the caliper off, take everything apart, and we'll figure out our shimming process. Now, just to forewarn you guys, if you're watching this video and not understanding all the shimming process, it depends on your setup. I have a very unique setup because I transferred my GM 10 bolt rotor to the Currie full floating hub, which means I have a 1.1 inch width rotor, which had a special bracket, has a special blah, blah, blah. There's a ton of shims in the bracket, and I'll show you, that I can reduce. That's why I can do this. But the whole shimming process is applicable to anyone with a Wilwood setup, and I'll show you some tips and tricks on that as we go forward, including safety wire. Let's go. I realize it's tough to see. This is the passenger side, obviously rotor, caliper mount, and there are shims back in here. I have about 350 thou of shims. Purely my circumstance, but these are the shims I'm talking about. I can remove 180 thou in there and move this whole thing inboard. That's the plan. Let me get these rotors off. Almost hat transferring time. I like to add Loctite to my holes beforehand. This is 271. All right, move it on over. There we go, put our fasteners in. Just super loose to start because you want to make sure all of them get threaded in without cross threading. And yes, if in case you're wondering, I did clean the threads from the Loctite from the prior install, but these are brand new fasteners. I should say 0 miles on them. And then I'll just zip them in, not tight, just flush. Then according to your instructions, you're gonna have to torque them in. Use inch pounds. My instructions are 155, and I am going in a cross pattern all the way around. Take your time. Now we have to do what's called safety wiring. If you look at each one of these fasteners we just put in, there's a cross hole every 90 degrees, and the wire we're gonna use is specifically for this purpose, and it fits through that hole through the other side like that. So I'm going to show you up close what you do to make sure these do not back out. So that's what safety wire should look like when you're done. Don't worry, I'll show you how to do it in a second. It goes through one hole, you twist it, put it through another hole, twist it again, and cut it off. The whole premise here is, remember lefty-loosey, right? This is preventing these fasteners from turning left. They cannot turn without this whole wire coming undone. So you can actually quite literally do every pair. I have seen people do it from here, and then here to here, and then here to here, but I think that's overkill. You can do here to here, and then here to here, all the way around. Let me show you how to do the next one. Before you go into freak out mode, this is the tool you need to get. It's a safety wire pliers. So you basically hold the pair of wires in the end. This guy here, you have to hold it down. This slides back and locks it in place. So while you're holding those two wires, you pull on this and it twists the wires. You let go, they're twisted. You can do another twist and keep twisting like that. And when you're done, you just pull, unlocks, and you let go. So you'll see me do that. I might speed it up, I don't know, see how long this takes me. The hardest part for us old guys is finding a legitimate hole to use. There we go. I give myself plenty of length to work with. Typically to the next bolt is my go-to. And you can put them together and find your target hole. Depends where that cross hole ends up, right? So this one's straight on. So if you can imagine where I like to lock the pliers are, I'll show you. Lock the pliers on the wire on the far edge of the diameter of that middle hole. So by the time you tighten it, it shrinks all the way to the other side. I'll clamp down, locking it in. Sorry guys, sorry, I get in view. Okay, so now you can just pull on the end here and twist the wires. You have to do it a few times. And I'm watching it, it's shrinking up. One more. Okay, and then take it off. Now the fun part, take one of these wires, then you have to pick a hole. Sometimes the hole is a really awkward spot. This one looks to be in a decent spot. There we go. All the way through. And now you get your pliers. You're gonna have to pull it through to make sure this gets straight. Like so. Now we're going to twist it one more time. I want to try and make sure this loop stays on the OD of the fastener. Sometimes it'll slip off. There we go. It's about how tight I like to make it. If you go tighter, you risk actually breaking the wire and starting all over. Unlock, reminds me of the orthodontist. And we can cut this off and then tuck that bare end into an area where you're not going to poke yourself later when you're doing a brake job. So I'm going towards the rotor with it. That one, sorry. So it's towards the rotor and you won't get pricked by your own work. So another thing to keep in mind, I learned the hard way. Keep that surface clean every time you cut a wire because you'll scratch the hell out of this surface. So I got 3 more to do. I'll put it back on the car. Clearly got the rotor on, and some of you, just so you know, you might have to press this on. So I actually have to do that on this axle, and I used my impact wrench with washers and pushed this on. So I'm fully seated, and then what you do is you look at the back of the caliper with no brake pads in there, and you center this looks like a split in the caliper in the middle of the rotor. And the best way to do that is actually take a measurement from that split line to the edge of the rotor, and because I know the rotor is 1.1 inches and you want it to match. And the way you get it to match is you shim it. Let me show you the shims I actually use. So all brake kits come with shims. Like Wilwood's kit comes with 31 thousandths shims. They look like this, typically gold, 31 thousandths thick. You can get extra shims that are bigger. These are 125 thou. But I also went to McMaster-Carr, my favorite store on the planet, and I got these. These are 10 thou, and then I also got some 48 thou. So you mix and match them until you can figure out the right offset. I like to be within 10 thou for my centering my brakes, but all looks good. Let's get the wheel on there, see what happens. Okay, let's see if this offset worked. Oh yeah, let me get the lugs on there. yeah. Let me show you guys. Like I said, looks like almost 100,000's in there. That is awesome. It worked. Now to do the other side and drop this thing on the ground. Oh my God, I love it. This is actually right across from my garage door into the house, and I just open up the door and like to look at this like every hour. So sorry. But if you guys heard me say it before, but if it's not tucked, you're doing it wrong. So I am super excited about how these look. One of you guys mentioned I should get PMD logos. Yeah, I already had them on my old wheels, so there they are. The OEM lug nuts, but with 1/2-inch threads, look badass. And tire shine. This is dry. This is DuraShine. I did a video on this a couple of years ago, and I just did another video. It's not out yet. Now, speaking of not out yet and such, the winner of the free hat is S30 Build. Congrats, brother. He answered within 2 hours of releasing that video, and a direct quote from him was offset rotor hat. Yeah, he nailed it, right? So it's working great. And if those of you been paying attention to Instagram and everything, I did make it to Reno. So next episode, I hope to have some Reno footage put together. I have so much footage to go through. I don't even know how I'm going to have it make sense. So hey, hang out, find out, subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, building fast, driving faster. See ya.